I think the most improved weapon manufacturer in Borderlands 3 by far would have to be Torgue. Yeah, all the weapon manufacturers have improved in some way, except debatably Maliwan got worse. I don't like having to charge. I like the option to charge, but Torgue, first off, they have elements consistently now. Second, sticky grenades are amazing. Torgue went from, I guess, my least favorite weapon manufacturer outside of the amazing CEO to just the best. As far as damage goes, they're amazing. And oh my god, I had a caustic Torgue shotgun I used forever because of it was so powerful. It was green rank, and it was better for some reason. It was better than a lot of the blues and purples I was finding. It was just so good. And the little pops when you set off the sticky grenades, the sound is so satisfying. And oh god, when you hear all, especially if it has a large magazine and a large amount of spread, when you hear all those little pops and you see their little life bar going down, and oh my god, it's so great. Torgue has become one of the most fun weapons that Borderlands has ever seen, in my opinion.
Generally speaking, every weapon manufacturer in Borderlands 3 has made vast improvements over what they originally offered. But I have to say the most improved is definitely Vladof, because they used to, Vladof's always been pretty reliable. It's not anybody's, I'm sure it's people's favorite, but it was never one of my favorites. It was one that I would use a lot because very high fire rate and good recoil reduction is always a good thing with Borderlands. But there was nothing just special about it. And now, in Borderlands 3, they have like all the underbarrel attachments, and there are so many possibilities that just open up with that. Like, you can have you just like, oh, this is a pretty good sniper rifle. Look at that. It's also a rocket launcher. Like, what the hell? That's so awesome. And like, you get assault rifle / shotgun combos, you get underbarrel grenade launchers, which, as far as I think, is a first for Borderlands anyway. And like, some of the heavy weapons are just nuts with the alternate fire modes, and it's just, it's really awesome because you have two guns in one almost every time you pick up a Vladof.
Well, my most improved weapons manufacturer in Borderlands 3 would have to be Dahl. Dahl was never bad, though. Like, Dahl was always just kind of... They were always good, but not great, because they all came in burst fire, or when you're zoomed, it's burst fire, and I never really liked that. Like, it was kind of... I don't know, just weird. If... In a game like Borderlands, where you just are draining bullet shells all over the place, it's weird that you have to like stop and keep pulling the trigger to burst fire like 3, 4, 5 shots at a time. But the best thing about Dahl is the ability to swap between fire modes. Full auto is my favorite. Like I said, I like to drain them shells, and when I go full auto, it's just the best. But you can also do burst fire, which I still do on occasion, which is even weirder to me. That I didn't used to like it, but now, because I have the option, I do like it, which makes sense. I used to always like the battle rifle and Halo and stuff like that, but you can switch to semi-auto, which I rarely use. I wish it had some incentive to do so, if like semi-auto was a little bit stronger or something like that, but at the moment I don't really see any incentive to do semi-auto. It doesn't seem that much more accurate. It doesn't seem any better, really. But the best thing for Dahl in Borderlands 3 is they have all the best legendaries. because you got the Hellfire. Weird as hell that it's Dahl in this game. It's normally Maliwan, but this game is Dahl. Doesn't have that big of a clip, but it's got a super fast reload time, so it doesn't matter. There's like I think the Emperor is a Dahl one, and then the best one that I have found so far is the Night Hawkins. The Stranger Things reference as a gun is probably the best SMG I have dealt with, because you can do the full auto, and it's great. It's really fast, but if you do the burst fire, if you find the burst fire option, you can pull that trigger so fast, it sounds and shoots faster than the full auto version. It's absolutely insane. Starts as a cryo element, but oddly enough, whenever the in-game clock goes to nighttime, the element, Stranger Things, it flips upside down, so now it's fire. And it's absolutely incredible. The Night Hawkins is probably my favorite gun from Borderlands 3 at this point in time, and that is large part due to Dahl and its high accuracy, good fire rate, relatively good damage and elemental damage, and just quick reload, and everything just shoots so clean. Dahl, good God, did you improve. I use Dahl more than any other gun type now. Gun brand, not really type.